Good afternoon.
What's up, man? Congratulations on the win. I gotta ask you about that play. You just made a three and a couple possessions before that. And I guess Stetson, what did you see that made you think that you could go basically coast to coast and dunk it in? To kind of talk us through that play.
Yeah, so I caught the ball. Suggs looked up, I caught the ball, and I saw his head was turned. He was like kind of like lollygagging. He was lacking. And so, on the last few breaks, I didn't make the layup, I didn't make the floater, so I said I'm gonna just dunk it. And then I'm gonna just punch this joint. I did.
Have you seen the video replay in the locker room?
Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna be up that quick. They showed me. They all talking about something. It's gonna be on Sports. I'm like, that ain't making no Sports Center. Trust me. But it's good to know the guys like they messing with me right now. So.
Ithiel, I'll tell you what, you've really found the three-pointer lately. Like last game, you had really good three-point shots. This game as well. Can you tell us a little bit about that? You've been shooting the ball. You feel like you've been shooting the ball well?
Yeah, I feel like I've been shooting the ball well. Yeah, feels good right now. So I'm gonna just keep it rolling.
One thing that I noticed right away when you dunked that, you immediately brought the house down. That was probably the loudest. That was the loudest I think the crowd had probably been all game. And you managed to go. Then you guys managed to go on that 9-2 run to end to finally put Stetson away. How big do you think you felt that momentum shift after that dunk?
Yeah, it was huge. After I dunked it, I definitely felt like, the presence there. You know what I'm saying? It's like the crowd is there, but like you don't really hear them until something really goes crazy. And then I looked in the stands, I saw everybody was up. And I'm like, all right, yeah, we about to really start rolling. Then by the time I look at, we up by like 13, 14, it's like 50 seconds left. I'm like, man, we really turned it up. And, I think that was good for us.
You posterized a couple guys. I mean, how's that one rank for you? I mean, I know you probably had some plays you at Pitt in different places you've been, but
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that was my second posterize in my whole career. I ain't even gonna lie. That's probably I'll say number, yeah. If I had to rank, it's only 2. I just put it at 2.
Okay. What was your first one? What was your first
Number
one?
one was it was against this dude from Maryland. It was my freshman year, first game of the year. Like that was my first college bucket. So that's why I put that number 1.
Three-point ball managed to haunt you guys a little bit in Sunrise. How do you guys feel like you responded after that game tonight?
I felt like we didn't. Well, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, we gave a lot of threes. I felt like, but I mean, we didn't give up as nearly as much. I feel like as Missouri. So I guess we responded well to that, but we still got to work on that.
How'd that game affect you? I mean, you guys come back to take the lead. Looks like there's a great chance you're gonna pull it out. I mean, you have that half court shot. I mean, how did that one hit you?
Well, I didn't know what to say. Like I dropped because I've never been a part of anything like that. I've never been on the other side of that before. And it didn't really hit me until I saw the benches clearing and I realized everything that just happened. Like, man, we almost had Missouri buzzer beater, and I just folded. Like my legs just folded on me. I was speechless. I didn't know what to say, but I just let that fuel me for the day. How
did you see the guys kind of react to that? Was it one that kind of took a little while to get over, or?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that was a heartbreaker right there. But I felt like we responded well. You know what I'm saying? We turned around and we had to play Stetson, another good three-point shooting team, and we got after them. I felt like we responded well.
In the second half there, you managed to get as many three-pointers but on less shots. Do you think that ended up being kind of what was the deciding factor, at least to keep Stetson away, because they were pretty close?
You said what? I'm sorry.
With the three-point shooting, you got 4 in the first half and then 4 again, but this time you didn't have to shoot as many threes to get there. So my question is, do you think that was kind of the difference maker to finally put Stetson away at the end?
Yeah, probably, yeah, I think so.
How would you kind of assess everything? It's your last non-conference game. You're going into conference play next week against Wichita. How would you assess this part of the season? How's this team coming together?
I think we played this part of the season good. I felt like we could have definitely done better. Probably should be undefeated. A couple possessions here and there. But I think going into conference play, I think it's a great benchmark. I mean, it's a great starter going into conference because we got some good teams in the conference. So.
What's the biggest thing that you've learned over this first part of the season, and how do you feel this team is now gelled together as you make your way into conference?
First thing I learned, biggest thing I learned is just roll with the punches. You know what I'm saying? Like, might not be your night, everything might not be going your way, but just roll with it. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, we got a good team. Coach always say, it's gonna be anybody night, so just stay ready when your opportunity comes. As far as the team gelling, I think we doing a really good job of gelling. We're getting more cohesion, and that's from top to bottom. Definitely more voices, more leadership, and I think we can be in good shape.
Okay. Good stuff. Appreciate it. Thanks, Ithiel.
Looking forward to
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
G-I-T. Mr. 10, 16 and 10. Look,
Mr. Posterizer.
he got the
Mr.
goggles on, man.
Posterizer. Mr. Posterizer.
Darius, what did you think about Ithiel and going coast to coast, posterizing a couple guys? That was a pivotal play.
Oh, I loved it, because I see Ithiel all the time. Even when his layups, he'll kind of just get really high up there and just kind of just lay it in. So I'll be like, IT, bro, can you just dunk the ball, please? Just dunk the ball. And I thought actually he was going to lay it, and then when he turned it over, I was excited. I didn't expect it at first, honestly.
It was only a 1-point game, like a couple minutes before that. I mean, how much did that energize you? Because, I mean, I know the score makes it look a lot more lopsided than it was, but that was a huge momentum play.
Yeah, that was a big momentum play. I mean, we came down, we got a few stops in a row, and then we capitalized on the offensive end. So,
Darius, today, obviously 10 assists. Congrats on that. Is there something different about today's game that you saw the floor better? Did you see people getting open more? Talk to us about your assists.
I mean, I just kind of, I'm a guy who can get in the paint and then find an open man. I see the man help up, easy dump offs. I like to get my guys going early on in the game, get them in positions wherever they can score the best, try to make them look good.
I noticed you talking with Ithiel going out there. It really seems like the two of you have really gelled together. This is a team where not a lot of players came back from last year's team, and so you kind of had to take the opportunity to gel together. So how has it been going from your perspective? Because it seems like you and Ithiel have really gelled together well.
Yeah, well, that's not easy. We only have 4 returning guys, and it's crazy because I live with 2 of them already, PJ and Ty, and then CJ's return. So. I mean, it's something you got to embrace. You got to embrace it because at the end of the day, you want everyone to be close and so gel together. So that's going to build the tightest bonds. And when everything's not going your way, when you hit adversity, you guys still going to be close. You guys are going to fight through it together. And whatever the outcome is, you guys know you're going to stick together.
What's the biggest difference between the team at the beginning of the season and the team now as far as working together?
I feel like we just keep growing as a team. Like, defense is our biggest emphasis. We're trying to get back to being the #1 defensive team in the country. So I feel like we're really trying to embrace that role and be a great defensive team again.
How did that finish in the Orange Bowl Classic against Missouri? How did that impact you guys? Obviously a tough way to lose it. Was that kind of hard to get over coming into this one?
It's you got to take that one personal. It's heartbreaking at the end of the day, but I mean, it's next play. You can't keep living in the past because every game we're trying to go 1-0. We're just focused on the game that's in front of us.
What did Coach kind of say about your performance collectively as a team in this one? Like, what was he maybe unhappy with, or what was his message to you after the game?
I'm gonna say he was unhappy with the one turnover I had because it was just an unforced turnover. I just threw the ball away. So he would have been more happy if I would have had 10 assists and no turnovers, but it was that one turnover.
Taylor Hendricks managed to get the same number of shots made as you, but he ended up shooting a little more. Well, what has it been like working with him, and as far as just what's it been like working with him so far?
Taylor's a special kid. I haven't seen too many kids that's 6'10", that can put the ball on the floor, finish that well around the rim, and he can shoot the ball really well. So it's not too many people in the world that's doing that, especially at that height. Taylor has a bright future ahead of him. I mean, he took 20 shots and made 7. I mean, that's a part of the game. Every night the ball's not going to go in the hoop, so you just have to move past it, next play, and keep working, stay in the gym.
You finished non-conference play 9-3, open up with Wichita next week in AAC play. How would you kind of evaluate this part of the season? How do you think you guys have done?
I say we did a pretty good job. I feel like we're only 3 possessions away. If we add up all our losses, it only amounts to 7 points. So it's just the little things we have to learn from. Can't take advantage of any plays. We got to keep fighting through every play. Every play matters. So at the end of the day, that part of the season's over. Now it's back to 0-0. I'm looking forward to conference play.
Started off the season a little late because of that injury there. How would you say that you feel now that you've reached the end of non-conference play? How do you feel now?
I would say I feel great. I just keep rehabbing, keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, icing, taking care of my leg, putting the right things in my body, just doing whatever I can to stay healthy.
What's the biggest difference between this team in that UNC Asheville game versus the team that we see now?
I think we had a lot of new guys, so the chemistry wasn't as great. First game playing together at home, I feel like we had a little bit of jitters. Missing three of the returners from last year, so I feel like that played a small piece, but that shouldn't matter because our depth is really deep. We have a lot of great players on our team. Everyone can score, pass, and finish around the rim, so it's just a tough loss we have to learn from.
Darius, as of right now, what do you think will be the winning recipe moving on? Is it that identity of, distributing the ball, passing the ball. You see how we have 2 players with 16 points, 14 points. Do you think that is kind of like the winning identity for the team moving forward?
I wouldn't say that's the winning identity. I would say our winning identity is defense. Making sure we lock in for 40 minutes and playing the best defense that we can play. Every play we try to do perfection on defense. I make sure every guy's in the right position. Make sure we're talking to each other. So offense is going to come along because we have such great basketball players on our team who can pass, shoot the ball. We have a lot of great guys on offense.
Speaking of defense, you had the 3-point ball haunt you there in Sunrise, and you kind of had to deal with it a little bit tonight. Managed to put it away later on, but do you think that you did a little better against the 3-point ball tonight, or do you think you still have a little ways to go with that?
I think we did better considering the fact that they made 9 today and Missouri made 13, so I would say we did a little better, but I still think that we let up some threes that we shouldn't have let up.
What's the biggest thing that you want to improve on over the course of conference play? Like, what's the thing you want to make sure you get down before conference play begins?
Me personally or as a team?
Both.
I'm gonna go team. As a team, it's just defense. Make sure we're communicating for 40 minutes throughout the game. Make sure all our switches are clear and all our vocal calls on defense are clear, and just making sure we lock in. We can't take advantage of any possession. Make sure we're locked in for the full 40 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Darius. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You too. Happy holidays.
You too.